Hi everyone, here's my presentation on Module 1, Part 2, Practice. We were asked to go through the engineer design process to build a periscope. So the planning part of the engineer design process for me, my goal was to make a proof of principle prototype of a periscope focusing on the functionality of it. A proof of principle prototype is just to show the concept with the key features that the object or the product will have, not necessarily focusing on the aesthetics of the product. So the first thing that I did was, in order to plan out my design, I researched different types of periscopes. The first kind of periscope that came to my mind was a submarine periscope. Once I researched the different types, I gathered materials that I thought that I might be able to use. And from there, that's when I created a sketch of what I wanted my periscope to look like. And once my sketch was done, then I made the steps of how to make the periscope. When I was doing this, I was starting to get really frustrated because I was struggling with how to make all the pieces come together. I was struggling with getting different materials so they could come together. So I ended up using the given resource on how to make a periscope. Luckily for me, I had all of the materials that plan asked for. And so when I was creating it, it was not as easy as it looked. The mirrors that I had were not square mirrors, they were circular mirrors. And I learned that you definitely cannot cut a mirror with regular household scissors or knives. So that's one thing that I would do different. If I were to do this again, I would make sure that I would have the square mirrors that would fit on this back piece over here and on this bottom piece so that it would reflect a little bit better, have more surface area to cover up there. And I also, with the square mirrors, probably won't need as much tape as I did. You can see that right here where the cardboard is, I did have to kind of makeshift that and add extra tape to the corners so the light wouldn't come through. I also was thinking that for another design, if I could get different materials so I could make it more of a circular periscope, that I would change how big it is as far as the width of it, and try to make it more compact so it could travel and be used for multiple purposes, not just crowds, but maybe in the wilderness, or who knows, even if you are in a submarine or, underneath water. So I thought that this engineer design process, here's where I thought all of these fell out in the STEM practices. However, I do think that the main thing that I got from it was really how I could use this in my classroom. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.